Morning, all of our new Eagles out there. We are glad to have you here. For some, it's Saturday morning. For some, it's probably Sunday morning. We know and have tried to offer these webinars at different times to accommodate you and your parents on both sides of the globe. So we hope that you are listening, and if you have questions, that they are ones that we can answer. My name is Precious Smith. I am the Associate Director of Auxiliary Services, and we handle a lot of things. So one of the things that we'll do is some of the auxiliary services that you need and are sort of behind the scenes that you sort of don't even think about our campus store, how you get mail, and then of course your one card, and finally your dining. We left the big stuff till last, but certainly if you have questions, we're here to add. We're here to help you. So our campus store, yes, we call it a campus store because the books you see in the campus store are usually the ones that you have ordered already. Campus store has a whole lot of other things than the books, but certainly you know that you are always going to be able to find your necessities there. Speaking of books, so you have the option of new, used, rented, or digital books at shopamericanu.com. You actually do order your books. You can have them ordered and delivered to the bookstore where you can pick them up easily. Many of you are still in the registration process, but certainly know that you're going to want to have those things ready and waiting for you by the time first day of classes on the 28th, right? So shopamericanu.com. If you happen to be registered in any of the undergraduate writing courses, writing 100, 102, or 106, you have a book that you actually need to get and read before you arrive. Why Didn't We Riot by Isaac Bailey. Know that you certainly can order the book from us, have it shipped to you, or have it waiting for you when you arrive, either way. But make sure, please check your registration. If you are registered in an early writing course, you're going to need the book, all right? Mail services, here's what we're talking about. For those of you who are thinking of shipping your items to campus, please note that there are a few parameters that you must follow. One, nothing should arrive prior to August 17th. We simply don't have room for it yet. So the 17th is when we make sure that we have locations that are closer to many of our new student residence halls so that you don't necessarily have to trace all over campus to find your packages. Things that come before the 17th, I can't guarantee that you won't have a longer walk. So try and make sure that when you're shipping, it says the potential arrival date is after August 17th. There's technically no limit to the number of boxes that you can ship. So there's that. We have an accomplished cardboard recycling program. So once you unpack, we will make sure that you collapse and recycle your boxes. Please note that you cannot ship anything over 50 pounds, right? We don't want to, we don't want to have hurt staff trying to get your boxes to where they need to go. Also, we want to make sure that the boxes are contained to a 3 by 2 by 2 foot sort of dimensions, right? So 36 inches by 24 by 24. No bikes, no furniture, and no TVs over 36 inches. It's college, guys, right? No TVs over 36 inches. Okay. So the other important piece is how your packages are labeled. You are going to need your first and last name, of course, but you're also going to need your building name, your residence hall, and the number, the room number that you've been assigned. You want to make sure that all packages are coming to 4400 Massachusetts Avenue, Northwest. You need those last two identifiers on there. There are 4 quadrants in the district, and you do not want your package to end up at a random 4400 Massachusetts. Eventually, when they see a dorm number or a residence hall number, it might find its way here, but you don't want to risk it. You want sheets when you're ready to make your bed. So please make sure that you are careful when you are labeling your packages. And certainly if aunts and uncles and grandma are sending you items, that they are using the correct labeling format as well. Interestingly enough, when your packages arrive, if they arrive after you do, you will be emailed or text to come and get them. We send these notices a couple of times, but certainly if you are too busy to come get them, it makes things tougher. We do close, so mail is not 24 hours. When you get an email, make a way to come get your items immediately. In case you were wondering, for those who do have medications that need to be refrigerated, we do have a refrigerated storage facility. But again, you know that you have things coming, you know that it's sensitive or perishable, get to the mailroom and pick it up. Your one card. Your one card is truly how you access campus. Most students forget about it after a while until they need to go eat or get in their room. But it does a lot more. It is your university identification. It's how you access buildings. It's your library card. And it is your meal plan card, as well as how you'll do laundry and print when that's necessary as well. So your one card does a lot, including getting you into the fitness center and things like that. You should have already emailed us your photo, a color photo with no sunglasses or hats or mortarboards from graduation, a simple passport style photo on a simple plain background, white, cream, light blue, so that we can get your card prepared as soon as possible. There's a lot more that goes into it than just printing your happy face onto the card. It has to be encoded. It does all those marvelous things I just mentioned. If you missed the deadline, you should continue to send your photo. Just means that you might have to wait a little bit longer in line to get your identification. It's going to be prepared for you. We're going to get you into your rooms. We're going to make sure that you can eat, but we need that photo in order to be able to do all that. So please, if you haven't sent it to us, please do so immediately. And dining. You can see from the slide, one of the things that we really do try to take seriously, we try to make sure that dining is something that's community focused, that you can come to TDR and eat, that you have interesting retail options that you can do, that you are educated about nutrition. We are a carbon neutral institution, and so we want to make sure that we are practicing sustainability from everything to compostable, disposable kitchenware, to making sure that we are using our own sustainable farm in how we do that. Your meal plans for our new Eagles. If you are living on campus, in on-campus housing, and you are a first-year student, second-year student, or what is sort of legally classified as a freshman or a sophomore, you're actually required to have a meal plan. Most of you have already been pre-enrolled into your meal plan. You can go out onto Eagle Service. You can go into OneCard at onecard.american.edu to access the meal plan portal. For first-year students, you can choose to slide down to the plus. I want you to make sure that you get on our website and see what's involved in that. You move from being able to do any type of daily retail dining to limited, right? Same thing for our second year students. While you're required to have a meal plan, the world is your oyster. You can choose from among any of the standard plans. So please make sure you get to the website or that you drop questions in the chat and ask our staff questions that you might have. Please note, again, you've been pre-enrolled. If you do nothing, you're fine. You're great. You have what we think that you're going to use. If you do want to change, it's date capped. You need to make those changes as soon as possible, right? So just so that you know. So some of the things that are, for those of you who are new to the world of dining on college campuses, you have things like dining dollars, which are a way that you can eat anywhere on campus when you don't have a swipe left. Or you want to get something that's small to purchase versus what might be larger or an entire meal. You also have retail meal exchanges, which is an exchange for an entire meal, an entree, a side, a drink, versus your swipe for all you can or all you care to eat in the dining hall. You have mobile ordering credits. You have guest meals in case you want to bring a friend who doesn't have a meal plan, or when your parents are visiting, bring your parents to the dining hall so that they can see what it is that you eat on a regular basis. So these slides are also on our website or a version thereof. If you have questions about anything that you're seeing there, please open up the website, take a look, and then ask our OLs or our analysts what it is that you need to ask. This is just a simple list of some of the things that we offer when we talk about our retail dining options. We have one dining hall, but we have over 10 retail dining facilities around campus that do different things. So whether it's a Starbucks or a Subway or a District Pickle, we have halal, we have kosher. So there's a lot there. Make sure you take a look at the list. Right. So some that I've already been explaining. Meal swipes are used exclusively in the dining hall. So that's what a meal swipe is. You can go into the dining hall if you want pizza that day, if you want an omelet that day, or if you want pizza and an omelet, the dining hall. You can start with cereal and finish with a pasta bar. The retail meal exchange is a entree, a drink, and a side from one of that list of retail dining facilities. So whether it is District Pickle, our kosher deli, the Halal Shack, which is our halal pizza, or whether it's Panera or Qdoba or Subway. Those are where you would use your retail meal exchange. And then there are dining dollars. Dining dollars are used on campus for things that might not come up to, maybe you could say snacks, but they might not be the same value of an entire meal, entree, side, and drink. So you want a smoothie. Smoothie is not the same price value as an entire meal. You might use your dining dollars for the smoothie and save your meal exchange for when you want to get something a little bit bigger, right? Here are some of the places that I mentioned so that you can see what we have. Our True Burger actually uses farm raised and grass fed beef from our Airlie farm. We have Freshens if you want a salad or if you want a panini or something like that, as well as smoothies. We also have sushi and poke bowls in one of our venues as well. And just so that you know a little bit more about TDR, which is our terrace dining room, there are vegan options. There's a vegetarian option actually offered at each of even our retail dining locations. But inside of TDR, you have vegan, you have allergen friendly, you have the G9 station, you have good without. These are foods that are prepared for students who are experiencing sort of allergy complications. We practice the G9, which are the top 9 allergens as defined by the FDA. And these are some of the things that we do try to prepare all foods inside of the terrace dining room without. We're a nut-free, seed-free campus. Doesn't mean that you can't get them on campus somewhere, it just means that we try to make sure that the foods that come into the dining hall aren't prepared with nut allergens and certain seeds, right? So we're trying to be sensitive to all the different ways people eat out there, right? We have mobile ordering. Sometimes you really are running from class to class, and it will serve you, right? We have one dining hall. It will serve you to go ahead and do mobile ordering credit. We partner with Grubhub, and Grubhub uses or will use your meal plan. So it's not just that you can sign on to Grubhub, but you can sign on to Grubhub and you sign on and sign up with AU, and it will actually use your AU dining plan to order a meal or a snack. We talked a little bit about allergens and allergy free and being kosher or halal or just having some dietary restrictions that you might need to consider when coming to college when you don't have your own kitchen. And we have a great resource in our campus dietitian Taylor. So Taylor Guskin is our campus registered dietitian. She can work with you individually if you're saying, hey, I just found out I need to, I don't know, reduce the number of, I don't know, calories that I that I'm taking in. She can help with anything simple like you're trying to diet, or hey, you are prepping for a new marathon and you want some help with your regimen. She can do that too. So Taylor is actually on campus and works directly with our meal preps and our kitchen to make sure that we're offering things that are interesting to you. So as you contact her, she can also make sure that she's telling the chef and the staff things that you guys are asking about, things that you guys are interested in, and make sure that you stay healthy and that it's nutritious and that you're enjoying your meal plan, right? And then finally, Eagle Bucks. Eagle Bucks is a declining balance program. You would load money onto your card, but Eagle Bucks are different than dining dollars. The biggest thing, dining dollars can only be used on campus. Eagle Bucks can be used on and off campus at merchants that are participating with AU and Eagle Bucks. So we are in a residential neighborhood, but we're immediately adjacent to a pretty vibrant um, neighborhood in Tenleytown where there are tons of restaurants. You might need to get your nails done, and maybe grandma wants to gift you a pedicure. We actually have a nail salon that takes Eagle Bucks, so she could download money onto your card, and you could use it that way. So most of the folks who participate with Eagle Bucks are dining establishments. They want Eagles to come and try their food and move around campus and bring their friends. But they also want to make sure that you have other services that you can use, right? By the way, Eagle Bucks is probably how you're going to do your laundry. So it's another great way just to load a few on there. Do you have to have Eagle Bucks? You don't have to. It's just another convenient way to use that one card to move through your life around campus, right? They're probably going to be shutting us down soon. So just so that you know, ladies and gentlemen, um, photo submission deadline was July 5th, but yes, we are encouraging you to continue to please send them in. If not, you'll be waiting in a very long line to take a very quick picture. So find a photo that you think you can live with for the first couple of years of your college experience and send it to us, right? You actually just access our our website on the american.edu website. You can even type in photo or one card and it'll get you right to where you need to go. And the portal is right there. You're just going to upload to the portal. You were able to start making changes to your meal plan. Again, freshmen and first year new Eagles, you can choose between two plans. Sophomores and second year, or many of our transfer new Eagles that are coming in as sophomores, you can choose between the 4 plans. If you are on campus, if you are living on campus and you are a freshman or a sophomore, right, as defined, either 30 credits or, between 30 and 60 credits for sophomores, you have to have a meal plan. So it's there. So if you're going to say, I went on and it wouldn't let me cancel it. No, it didn't. So if there are questions about that, you can always email us. You can ask the OLs, but on campus, you're required to have a meal plan. On campus, first or second year is required to have a meal plan. And then certainly, just so that parents know, the meal plan starts on the 20th. We have a few students who, because of flights, et cetera, have to come in early. We have a population, we're about 16% international. So sometimes folks have to get here early, right? Well, that's it. So we'll be ending soon. And for students and parents as well, you want to take a look. There are times when the campus dining hall is closed. And so you might also want to save some of those dining dollars. If you're not leaving for Thanksgiving, there's usually something around, but the dining hall itself is usually closed. Those folks leave. You have the opportunity to eat until December 16th. Whether you stay here or not, you're going to want to make sure you check and see what your exam schedule is to see whether you're here to the very end, and then go from there. Here are some of the emails and numbers that you can use if you have specific questions. Please feel free. We know that you're coming. We know that you have questions. This is what we gear up for. You are why we make such a big effort around this. Again, this will be recorded. If you need to check any information, you have OLs. They've been contacting you throughout the summer. If there's anything that's personally identifiable that you have a specific question about, please get to them or email us at meal plans or mail services, anything that you need. It's been great sharing our campus with you. We hope that you remain safe and enjoy the rest of your summer, and we will see you soon on the campus of American University. Have a great weekend. See you soon, Eagles.